So now I'm ready to begin sewing. Oops. Not like that. Alright. So I'm going to sew along here at that 1/2 inch. And then right when I get to that match point, I put the needle down into the match point, lift up the foot, turn it, and then sew along the other half. Again, we're still back stitching because we're actually sewing. Right to that match point now. I'll put the needle down into the match point. Now I'm going to lift the foot and turn the garment. And what will happen is now I have all of this excess right under where I want to sew. So as I have the foot lifted, I'm moving all the excess away so that it's a straight, flat shot between where the needle is and where I want to end. Does that make sense? So we're just getting it all out of the way there. Put that down again, and then we'll finish up this side here. So now I have the yoke sewn to the skirt. You can see the fold in the skirt. You can see it goes right to the match point, but when I turn it like this, I don't have any puckers. Isn't that lovely? Aww. So I'm going to go ahead and press this as I sewed it, and then I'm going to open this up. I'm going to press it, and what I'll do is I'll go ahead and press both of the parts of the seam allowance down because it's going to rest a lot nicer that way. So I'm just going to press them both down, okay? It is a bit of magic. Okay, so now we have the front of the skirt like this, and we have our back pieces that we sewed together. So now really all we have left to do is sew the front and the backs together. We're going to leave the back of the skirt open for now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the back skirt and I'm going to place it with the fashion fabric, or the right side of the fabric, down onto the right side of the fabric of the front skirt. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be matching up these notches. So we have the notch right along here that matches up nicely, and then near the top you'll see a notch on the back. On the front there's no notch, but you have a seam that you just made. That notch will match up with the seam that you just created. And we can see from our pattern here that that side seam is still about 1/2 inch. It's a little bit bigger than that, but I'm going to call it a 1/2 inch. As we have seen, sometimes the patterns are not copied quite correctly, and the front looks like a 1/2, so we'll take it.
fashion sides together.
Correct. Fashion sides together. Alright, so I'm just going to sew at a 1/2 inch right along this side seam here. Again with back stitching.
Why did you want the interfacing on that front part only?
So we're having the interfacing on that front part of the yoke because it's going to help hold a little bit of structure there and give it a little bit more reinforcement.
Okay.
So it creates a nice structured part right there where it goes over the front of the body. So it also doesn't show any like.
I was wondering if it's that, so it doesn't show anything in between.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, so we have that side seam sewn. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So again, right sides together. Match up those little match points, little notches. One right there where that seam is that you just created. And another one a little bit farther down here. And then again, we're going to go ahead and sew at that 1/2 inch. Alright, so now I have both sides sewn together. Now press as sewn, and then I can turn them around, and then I'll show you on the little mannequin. It's a cute little pencil skirt.
You don't want us to sew the backs together?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
Nope. So we'll sew this up here, and then we're going to learn to do some hemming. What I'm thinking is, because we need to do hemming, we need to do sleeves and collars. So we have a week and a half left to do those. Damn, collars.
Why am I so